Hello, hello, hello. It is Moonshine Oracle with an Earth Element energy check-in. Sorry, y'all. An energy check-in for the Earth Element on this pink moon. This could be you. This could be the cross watcher. Do not know. Do not care. Your chart, their chart, anybody's chart. Don't know, don't care. Looking at my leggy gardenia plants that I need to figure something out about, because I need it to be thicker and not so leggy. Disclaimers are in the description boxes of all the videos, because I will not be dealing with anybody's trigger downhill bullshit. Get it, got it good, moving on. Earth, there's just a lot of past energy coming up, whether it's a past life related or just something that happened in the past, like this past. There's a lot of people in regret because they didn't think it would emotionally like if they thought if you didn't know it was them, you didn't know about that you were being sabotaged behind the scenes, you wouldn't be so hurt, much less know it was them. The problem is somebody here is extremely intuitive, dare I say gifted and psychic, and that like they've just known, and it's like, if I were in this person's shoes, I wouldn't fuck with you either. Must be for real. I wouldn't fuck with you either. Because for Taurus and Virgo especially, I'm getting a lot of like mother-related wounds. They're so scared of losing love and affection and the people who make them feel good. Hello, energy vampire here. That they sabotaged a person's success, their love life, their reputation, and I mean, it's just, it is what it is. The damage is done. Stop trying to cause more. Somebody here keeps thinking, well, because they did this time and they came back, let's do it again. The problem is this doing it again is just pissing the person they're doing it to off even more. Because not only do they know it was them the first time, they have the fucking audacity to try this shit again. But where somebody is trying, like somebody's goal, like this may very well be one person or a group, I don't know. Like their goal is just to emotionally and psychologically run someone into the ground until they pop themselves off. There may be an insurance policy out on them, but the thing is, when you read the fine print under the fine print, a lot of policies nowadays will not pay out if COD is suicide. They ain't gonna do it. So if you have a $2 million-ish policy out on them and they don't know about the policy, but you're going to the witchy woo, Dr. Evil on the corner and all that shit to manifest this shit, the joke's on you. Because again, back to the fine print under the fine print, because not only is this conspiracy, you're not gonna get the money if they do decide enough is enough, I cannot do this anymore. And this was a Taurus placement that was doing that. Because it's not just me that picks up on this shit. It's jealous mother, sister, auntie, cousin. Like, this is getting old. And then a reader I found a year ago who's really good. She mentioned yesterday, it was like a sister that's like 20 years ahead of you and stuff like 20 years older and stuff like that. And it's just like, because like in my spot specifically, I don't have a sister that age, but I have an aunt. There's a 19-year age gap between me and my late mother's sister, and I was raised by her parents, my maternal grandparents. And I remember her telling me she was so mad and jealous the day I was born because it took the attention off of her. And it's like, ooh, Lord. And then on my dad's side of the family, there's like a 17-ish year age gap between great aunt and the youngest great aunt. They're sisters, but they're like almost 2 decades apart. And on top of that, when you look at the pictures of the 2 aunts when they were like my age and like 18 and stuff like that, the youngest one was a looker. She was gorgeous. And the oldest one was a little bit on the plain side of the spectrum. And if it's one thing I know about women who don't hit the lottery via genetics, they end up taking it out in some way, shape, or form on everybody who did. Because I got another great aunt on my mother's side of the family who's not physically the most attractive, but I don't know what her problem is with me, but she's always been obsessed with dimming my light like my grandfather is. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to do it. She's proven to not be a safe space to confide in, because she'll then go and tell everybody her version of events, which is so misconstrued in the name of mending fences. But the thing is, she made the fence break entirely with her version of what I told her, and that wasn't even close. And I found out it was her because her son messaged me on Facebook one day asking me for clarification, because he knows as much as I do that she will screw it up. And he told me precisely what she said. And I said, no, I told her X, Y, and Z. I don't know where the fuck she got this from. And it's like, here we go. Somebody trusted the wrong information. Somebody knowingly told lies in a community. And I'm sorry, but if you willingly believe that, that lets me know how you feel about me. And I'm not the only one who realizes this and is piecing the puzzle together. And my thing is, I don't need the rest of the puzzle at this point. It's like, I know enough just by the way people treated me, the way they had zero problem causing me issues over a lie. That just lets me know how they really feel about me. And the only thing you can do when something like that pops off is just completely distance yourself from those people. Now, the reason when you have a narcissist at the helm of the family and you're the scapegoat, oh, honey, it is hell. It is torture. The only thing you can do is walk away. But my thing is this. When people come to you in confidence that you will not go blab to the entire universe and you break their trust, you do the very thing they trusted you not to do, they will never speak to you again, and understandably so. They will never tell, like, if they have something they have to move in silence about, you are not trustworthy because you proved yourself to be untrustworthy. And let's be for real, some folks just talk too fucking much. You talk too much. Loose lips sink ships is a saying for a reason. It's a saying for a reason. Because a lot of times these folks would be the reason the entire Second Fleet of the U.S. Navy got bombed and sunk. And they would be too fucking clueless to see it's them. Because that's how stupid they are. That's how stupid they are. So if you're willing to think somebody is a horrible, terrible, god-awful person on a lie, you deserve to be called dumb. You are as untrustworthy as the people who intentionally went around and fanned those flames, because all you did was help them out. That's all you did. And some people are just realizing too little too late that, hey, maybe we shouldn't have started this smear campaign. Maybe we should have just respected her boundaries, her, whatever. Maybe we shouldn't have tried to sabotage their love life, because now she wants nothing to do with us because she knows it was us who did it. Hello? Abuse is abuse, no matter how you try to spin it. And a lot of times, saying sorry just doesn't fix it. I mean, yeah, money would help if damages occurred in that regard, but the cracks in the heart are still there. It doesn't mean, like cutting a check doesn't mean they trust you again. Because people can forgive you from a distance and access still denied. Because you're untrustworthy. You've proven to be untrustworthy. Because once your ability to trust in the people around you is gone, it's never coming back. And that's what people really need to understand. It's like folks who just could not compute why I didn't want my ex back. It's like, one, he's a self-admitted compulsive liar. I don't deal with that. And on top of that, I remember when we were dating, the 2 times he actually took me on a date, the signs were there. He was not interested in me. I was just a fill-in until something he preferred came along. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that again. That's not love. I want love. L-O-V-E. And it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. Because in order for me to entertain the return, making a return, love has to be in the equation. Love has to be in the equation. Because saying you love a person and then verbally abusing them in the same breath, that's not love. That's abuse. Because what turns into verbal abuse eventually becomes emotional and psychological. And some people, they just don't have it in them to deal with you. Because the person who 9 times out of 10 needs to be in therapy will not go to therapy, but they will spend every waking moment of their adult life traumatizing the people around them. And people like me, we just don't have it in us to continue tolerating it. We don't. Because authenticity is the currency. Being genuinely honest is the currency. Genuine love that is meant, not lied, meant, not fabricated, it's meant. And the thing is, you cannot lie to everybody and manipulate them like that. Like you're an abuser. Because a lot of times, this manipulation energy, it's the same as witchcraft, but it's not. But whenever that energy comes up, it's because people are trying to manipulate things into the outcome that they want. And a lot of times, it involves a person that isn't operating according to their narrative. It is a person who is following God's plan for their life, but it's the town pastor who's got a problem because you're not under their whatever, their instruction. And it's like, I answer to God, not you, dipshit. Because, I mean, there's a smear, like, there's just a plethora of reasons why somebody would go on the smear campaign. Because I'm also hearing, burn the witch, burn the witch. So somebody here kicked off a witch hunt that they had no business. Because nothing will get your shit rocked like persecuting a person who has never done a goddamn thing to you. Nothing will get your shit rocked. Again, nothing will get your shit rocked like persecuting a person and they have done nothing to warrant it. And you know what it's coming from? It's coming from a place of jealousy and envy. Somebody mad because they got pregnant as a teen while you went off and lived your life. You went to college, you graduated, got a job, the whole nine. The pastor's wife, who's never had a job a day in her life, is mad because you not only have your own house and do okay by yourself, but you get to go spend your money however you want to if there's nothing, as long as all the bills and everything else are taken care of first. There's women who are single moms in their own marriage. Like, their husband isn't their husband is their biggest child. They see a woman who's still in a season of waiting, getting to go get her nails done, her hair done. She gets to go to the gym. She can buy whatever she wants at the grocery store with no one bitching and moaning. She doesn't have a lot of folks to clean up after, just her and whatever pets. And she's mad about that. It's the peace and the quiet she's mad about. Like, people have their reasons for going off the deep end. Like, cult and or hive mindset actually will not benefit you here. Because somebody here could very well be looking at a RICO charge for inspiring a community of people to persecute a person. And if an investigator feels that RICO applies, it applies. Because another thing I've been getting to is waving a Bible in the air, screaming in the name of God. That is not going to stop you from going to prison. If you are the one out here forging documents, stealing inheritances, hacking into bank accounts to see what people's their bank accounts look like, and so on down that line. And I mean, it's just, give it up already. Because on top of that, you're wanting the people you persecute to be a blessing to you in times of trouble, but you're the reason the trouble is here. You're the reason the trouble is here. Because a lot of people who serve the church, they serve because they just cannot cut it with their peers. Or they've done something incredibly heinous that they don't want to be accountable for. Think about it. But the thing is, when you go in service to the church, like the man goes in to be a pastor and all that jazz, they don't bring in a lot of money. I remember the church I left, the music minister spot was open, and I remember being there for the service, and the salary was like $18,000 a year. And I remember sitting there thinking, damn, I make $12,000 more than him. No way in hell could I be in service to the church like that. And on top of that, me coming from the background I'm from, I ain't dating no pastor. I ain't bringing home a pastor either. I ain't marrying one. Because if it's one thing I really hate, it is unrealistic expectations. Because when you marry a pastor, there's not just expectations of him. Magnify what is expected of him times 10, and that's the pastor's wife. I'd rather have a bullet in my skull and bleed out in a ditch than be a pastor's anything. That is a lesson I learned a very long time ago. There will always be more expectations of the woman than there ever will be the man. And the reason the church wants men who are married in the church, like as deacons and all that jazz, is because they want the free unpaid labor of the wife. Because she's expected to be involved no matter what she has going on. And again, I don't do unrealistic expectations. Again, you got me fucked up. Which brings me to this. If you are able-bodied and can do it yourself, you need to be proactive. Like, if you need help, you need to be proactive in your own damn rescue. Because you out here screaming and pleading for the people you intentionally got kicked out of something. A group, a business, a something. Like, you got them kicked out of something that was for them, or you blocked and delayed it. Now you're screaming for their help. And it's like, I know what you did. I ain't doing shit. This car is parked. But it's like, but nothing. But nothing. The car is parked. It is not here for you. Because I think what someone just does not understand is they have car parts for their car, not yours. They have food specifically designed for their diet, not yours. They make enough to take care of themselves and themselves only. They don't make enough to take care of the village and be charitable. Like, at this point in the game, you're lucky to see them donate like canned goods they are able to spare, clothes they don't need anymore that are still in good condition, and so on down that line. And I mean, it's just, people did not pick their battles wisely here. They really didn't. And again, a lot of this started over a lie that was told with intention. This lie was intended to, like, it was meant to be confusing. It was meant to confuse folks about a person's name, their rep, and all that jazz. And I mean, it's just, the damage is done. And saying sorry isn't gonna fix it. My God. Saying sorry will not fix it. Cutting a restitution check, although it would be nice, doesn't heal the cracks in the heart. I mean, I don't understand why this is so hard to understand, but I mean, it's like the damage is done and somebody has decided they don't want anything to do with this group, this community, something. And it's like, you know what? You have to respect their decision at the end of the day. Because lies have consequences, good or bad. Trying to protect a person is one thing, but when you are doing it with the intent to sabotage, okay, you don't get to whine. If that person was supposed to build a community, like a wellness something, that business, like the facility, can't be constructed because you need resources to do that. You fucked up the resources. You're stalking a person to make them give you a handout. Their account is negative whatever, but now there's proof of you trying to blackmail and extort them, and they're going straight to the police station. Blackmail and extortion are both court indictable offenses. So again, people are not thinking clearly here. They're not. And it's time that everybody got their head out of their ass and started seeing it for what it is, because unless you are of the elite tax bracket who can afford the psychosis they're in, that don't mean you be under this delusion as well. And with that, everybody have a good day.